In the spring of 1907, a quiet revolution took root at Howard University. Led by a determined young student named Ethel Hedgemon Lyle, a group of pioneering women planted a seed that would blossom into the first African-American intercollegiate sorority. This is the story of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Incorporated, a legacy of sisterhood, scholarship, and service. Inspired by the sorority culture she learned about from faculty member Ethel T. Robinson, Ethel Hedgemon Lyle rallied her classmates to create a new kind of organization, one for African American women by African American women. In November 1907, Ethel and Marie Woolfolk Taylor presented their vision to the university. It was immediately approved. That vision came to life in Minor Hall. On January 15, 1908, 9 women gathered to hold the first official meeting of Alpha Kappa Alpha. By spring, 7 sophomore women joined without initiation and were also recognized as founders, marking the birth of a movement. The founders quickly created rituals, hosted public events, and planted ivy on Howard's campus, a tradition that would last for generations. By 1912, Alpha Kappa Alpha had grown to over 40 members, but internal tensions arose. Some members wanted to change the name, symbols, and colors of the sorority. Former President Nellie Quander firmly opposed this, reminding members of their founding purpose. Following a poll that upheld the original vision, those seeking change formed Delta Sigma Theta Sorority. Quander responded by incorporating Alpha Kappa Alpha on January 29, 1913, ensuring its legal and historical legacy as the first black sorority in the nation. AKA became the first black sorority to incorporate nationally, sparking a wave of expansion. A second chapter opened at the University of Chicago in 1913, and by the 1920s, chapters were serving communities across the country. The sorority published its first pledge, adopted its iconic crest, and launched the Ivy Leaf, its official magazine. With a national service plan, AKA addressed the needs of black migrants, offering housing aid, job guidance, and hospital volunteer work. In 1930, AKA helped form the National Pan-Hellenic Council, uniting historically black fraternities and sororities for collective impact. Through their signature, they made black fraternities and sororities forever stronger. In the 1930s, sorors like Ida Louise Jackson took action where the sorority felt the help was most needed. After visiting a poorly resourced school in Mississippi, she launched training programs for teachers, adults, and children and built the county's largest library. Her efforts evolved into the Mississippi Health Project, America's first mobile health clinic, bringing critical care to over 15,000 people across the Delta. Alpha Kappa Alpha also became the first black sorority to form a full-time congressional lobbying body, the National Nonpartisan Council on Public Affairs. By 1946, the sorority had gained observer status at the United Nations. During the Civil Rights era, Alpha Kappa Alpha amplified its focus on education and advocacy, oftentimes through marches. Members participated in landmark legal cases and supported job training and literacy programs. In 1965, AKA made history again securing a $4 million federal grant to open the Cleveland Job Corps Center, training women in job readiness and academic skills. From publishing biographies of trailblazing Black women in the Heritage Series pamphlets to preserving Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthplace, Alpha Kappa Alpha made an indelible cultural mark. AKA's reach became global. With the African Village Development Program and schools built post-apartheid, the sorority empowered entire communities abroad. Back home, mentoring programs like On Track and Ivy Reading Academy supported at-risk youth. From health education to disaster response, Alpha Kappa Alpha remained committed to improving lives. It became a bridge for ancestry research, cultural pride, and social justice. In 2008, Alpha Kappa Alpha celebrated 100 years of excellence. Over 16,000 members gathered to set a Guinness World Record. A rare commemorative Barbie was released in their honor. Even Congress recognized the special milestone. Members donated over $1 million to scholarships and honored the legacy that began in a classroom at Howard University. From a sisterhood that started with the original 9 to the 20 pearls to a global organization, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated continues to break barriers and change lives. From the beautiful written words of Toni Morrison, to the comedic words of Wanda Sykes, to the inspirational words of Kamala Harris, Alpha Kappa Alpha has always been about more than words. They are about action. Grounded in purpose, uplifted by service, and bonded by sisterhood, aka is a legacy that lives on. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, since 1908, service to all mankind.